Um, sure, it's raining, and I'm driving, but I still think that I should just post the video today for the people that love watching my videos. Today I just have a single tip. I'm not gonna be long, and that tip is about buying property and what I think about buying property or this type of property. So a lot of times people are not sure if they should buy the best looking house in a location or the worst looking house in a location. And sometimes some people don't even or don't understand why they would even want to consider buying the worst looking house. And for so many people, it makes more sense to buy the most beautiful house in an area, because they're gonna have the most beautiful house, but my advice to you, when considering if you should buy the best looking house or the worst looking house in an area, is this: look for a good area, but look for the worst looking house, not the best looking house. The reason why that is because more often than not, if you buy the best looking house in the best looking location, when you want to sell that property, it might take long, and you might be buying it thinking that you want to live in it forever, but you never know what's going to happen in the next 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, So if it's the best looking house, it takes very long, or it might take you very long to sell that property, as opposed to an average looking property. And if it's the worst looking house in a location, the advantage of buying that is the fact that you are able to negotiate better, and you can get the property in your terms, as opposed to when it's the most beautiful. It's much harder to negotiate the most beautiful property because someone would have spent a lot of money in renovating that property, and they want a lot of money for that property. So if it's the worst looking property in an area, then you can get it for a good price and fix it with a little bit of money, and make it more or less like average. I've seen property for sale in the area that we've been investing in, Kagiso. I've seen property for sale in Kagiso for 1.5 million, 1.678 million, 1.7 million, 1.8 million. And those properties will stay in the market for a long time. You see a property in the market for 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, and that's really common for properties that are overpriced in an area. It's not that they're overpriced; they're priced right. But if someone has to choose between staying in Kagiso for 1.5 million and staying in another area, chances are they'll choose a better area, where other properties are selling for 1.5, as opposed to buying in an area where there's property selling for 400,000 and they buying a property for 1.8 million. It doesn't make so much sense. So don't over decorate your property. Make sure that even when you fix the property, it doesn't become the best looking property. So if the properties are selling more or less for 500,000 in an area or 700,000 in an area, don't now decorate your property so much that now when you want to sell the property, you want 3 million or 2 million or 1.6. Then it's going to take very long to sell, as opposed to when it's like the average looking property. What I would rather do is, if I know that I don't want to sell that property, then I'd basically decorate it and put tenants. So maybe improve it and put tenants, because I know that's gonna be an investment property. But even that, you have to be sure that you will be keeping it forever, as opposed to a property that you want to stay in. If it's an investment property, then you can decorate it and put your tenants in there. But if it's a property that you're gonna stay in, make sure that it's not the best looking property in the area, because when it comes to selling it, you might have difficulty to get the money that you put into the property, and you might lose money when selling that very same property, you know? So consider not over decorating the property that you're staying in. And if you're buying a property, make sure that it's not the best looking property in the worst looking neighborhood even, you know? Don't do that. Right? Hope you love this video. Hope you love this tip. I tried to make it as short as possible. I see that I failed, but yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Cheers.